Welcome to Tarot Tuesday with Uncommon Methods. This is your sacred space for intuitive insight, soulful reflection, and mystical guidance. I'm your guide, Jill Marie, intuitive storyteller, soul listener, and keeper of the uncommon. I'm also your host here at Uncommon Methods. So each week I tune in and pull from a unique combination of decks to explore what's going on in our inner and outer worlds. This week I'm working with the Healing Your Inner Child Oracle, the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and the Classic Tarot by Pamela Colman Smith. Whether you're here for clarity, comfort, or cosmic connection, trust that you're exactly where you need to be. So get yourself comfortable, grab a blanket if you want, a snack, a drink. We're going to do a little bit of grounding before we get started. Again, make yourself comfortable and get ready for a new week of messages from the higher good of ourselves and the world. So let's ground together. Inhale deeply and hold and exhale. And with every inhale that we take, we're inhaling a beautiful glowing light. And with every exhale, we're releasing everything that we do not need to keep with us. We're only keeping what's in our highest good. So one more deep breath in. Hold it. Bring in that beautiful light. Oh, it's covering your body. And covering your body around basically 5 feet. And exhale all that stuff that doesn't have your best interest in mind. Feel yourself arriving here, safe and supported. Place a hand on your heart if you'd like. Just know that this is a safe space. No judgment. The only rule, and there's only one rule. I don't really like rules, but you gotta have one, right? But that's to allow your mind to dream and believe in the magic that's within you. I've already cleansed and blessed these decks, but I'm asking now for messages that serve the highest good of everyone watching. May this space be protected, sacred, and full of light. Mother Nature, spirit guides, guardian angels, animal allies, totems, and ancestors from beyond, I humbly ask you to cover us in a beautiful glowing light and connect us to the universal truth. Please ground us in her knowledge. Help us see the truth. Let us hear the wisdom that whispers, even when the world shouts. So the message for this week is Sacred Snot Cry meets Cosmic Warrior. That's right. This theme is all about honoring the tender parts of ourselves that we've stuffed down like glitter in a vacuum bag. So get yourself comfortable. We're going to start with the Healing of the Inner Child deck. These are beautiful cards. Very colorful. Numbered. So get yourself comfortable. I'm going to deal some cards here. I'm feeling drawn to draw 3 cards from this deck. For some reason, there's a lot of things that we need to heal. This book is a transformative quest that we all are on as we heal ourselves. From childhood trauma, teenage trauma, adult trauma, generational trauma, just trauma. So, what do we need to know to heal ourselves this week? Alchemy, change. Power. And finally, needs. Very beautiful. So, let's start with Healing the Inner Child. Number 8, Alchemy. Alchemy. Of course, the invitation says it's never too late to find joy and never too late to heal. The magical alchemy of life is present in each breath. Every moment can be a portal to experience the magnificence of our essence as souls. Our wounds are the fertile ground from which our wholeness and deep compassion grow. Like riding a Ferris wheel, we cycle through time and space, each round offering a new perspective as time passes, and a new angle on ourselves and our life experiences. This card reminds us that magic is a shift in perception. Magic doesn't come and go, it's always here within and around us. We simply must clear the fog on the lens with which we look upon the world to see what is with clarity and awe. Inner alchemy is the process of transforming chaos and pain into contentment and wisdom. Learn the alchemy true human beings know. The moment you accept what troubles you've been given, the door will open. So how does your inner child feel as you gaze upon this card? Recall a moment where you were connected to the magic of existence. Invite your inner child to step into the scene with you. Sense yourself riding on top of this magnificent giraffe. Feeling safe and held. Having access to a height and perspective you are not accustomed to. Here, closer to the stars and the cosmos, you extend your open palm to receive its healing beams. Each one of us is precious and unique. If others have told you otherwise, it is because they were in pain and disconnected from themselves. It is time to reclaim your magnificence. Give yourself time to soak in the sensations of belonging, safety, and trust. Life is an alchemical adventure where we allow our wounds to soften and strengthen our hearts. To close, say to your little one, your existence is a gift. I love you unconditionally. If we all did that, the world would be so much better. If we forgave ourselves for things that we did as a little kid, and we didn't know any better, you know? I mean, you get picked on as a kid and you say things to people that you didn't mean, but that was all you could come up with. You reacted. I was picked on. I had 2 different color eyes. People always picked on me. Oh, you're a witch. Only dogs and witches have 2 different color eyes. But you know what? No. People that are wonderful have 2 different color eyes. People that are different have 2 different color eyes. Not that I'm better. I'm just different. You know, just like hair color. The body and, you know, the body comes to be what it is. You're going to have a bone structure. You're going to have skin color. You're going to have hair color, eye color. It's all part of it. But again, I forgive all of those people because they didn't know any better. They'd probably never seen anybody with 2 different color eyes. I know I didn't until I saw David Bowie and then Jane Seymour. Just, you know, be happy with the way you are. Let's move on to this power card. She's rooted in the ground and then reaching all the way up to the heavens. Power allows us to stand rooted, to lean on the support of our community and of our lineage with flexibility and resilience. Like a tree, our roots grow deep and draw nourishment from our past. And the richer the soil, the taller and stronger we can grow. When the soil is depleted or there aren't any other trees to network with, we are weakened. It is a fallacy of our times to believe that we can stand alone and be fulfilled and powerful. True power can only exist alongside love and courage, otherwise it's mere force. Yeah, don't be a bully. To be lasting, power needs to be shared and nourished by our sense of belonging and by our service to others. That is the deepest power we have, to answer the call of our heart and extend our gifts in service for the benefit of others. This card invites you to step into your power with confidence and ease. As a child, did you have a sense of the power of adults around you being used with wisdom and kindness? Or did they implement discipline with force? Does your inner child feel a connection with their own power? Recall a moment when you felt empowered. Say to your inner child, nobody can take our power away. It is our birthright. Amen. That is right. It is our birthright. Each one of us has our own. We don't need to be told when to marry, if we have to marry, you have to go to school. None of that is anybody's business but your own. Yes, families have, doctors want their kids to be doctors and lawyers want their kids to be doctors, but when we push our dreams on somebody else, it's our dream, not their dream, and then we wonder why they resent us when things don't turn out the way they wanted, because we didn't do what was in our heart. I think that's what leads us to this, the needs. And if you look, there's the elephant and the panda bears, and then the giraffes on top of that, and everybody's on top of each other so that this person can reach their goals. So the invitation is, we all have needs, and much of the pain and violence we see in the world stems from unrecognized and unmet needs. One of the most powerful actions we can take is to meet our needs and the needs of our inner child. This revolutionary act of self-love always allows us to claim our sovereignty and our place in the world. We are often raised to believe it is selfish to have needs, and over time we lose touch with our unique needs. We might give in to the preferences of others, each time disconnecting a bit more from our sense of self. This card invites you to recognize and act on a need that is important to you right now, and to remember that each time you meet a need, you inspire someone else to meet theirs, and thus you open a door for more wholeness and integration for all of us. Because we're all connected. It takes all of us to reach our dreams. Every child needs warmth, connection, safety, nourishment, consistency, and support. Which of your needs were met as a child and which ones were unmet? Your adult self has the ability to meet those needs now and transform your sense of self. Connect with your inner child and trust yourself to know which needs are still unmet today. Meet those needs now and each day moving forward. Offer yourself what you need as a child. Tell your inner child, your needs matter to me, and I am here for you. Powerful, powerful, powerful. The Healing Child Oracle is waving its tiny but powerful hand and saying, hey, remember me? And frankly, we do, sort of, maybe. But this is your invitation to sit down with your inner child, whether you're a barefoot wild thing, a sensitive daydreamer, or the kid who always asks, why, but then didn't stop and listen. Not fix, not judge, just witness. Your inner child may be ready to hand you the key to a locked door that you didn't even know was still closed. And that's as powerful as we get, isn't it? Let's sit with that for a minute. Knowing that we can change, we can reclaim our power, and our needs can be met. Being, worrying about our needs is not selfish. Because if you're feeling 100% whole, you can then share with others. You know that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup? Fill your cup with your power and change and use the resources that are around you so that your needs are met. It's not selfish. It's selfless when you can ask for what you really need. And again, that's powerful, powerful, powerful. Let's move on to the Mystical Shaman Oracle. That's this deck. Looks very earthy. It's beautiful. Okay, what can we learn this last week in July? I can't believe the month is already over. It's crazy. Time is just flying, flying, flying by. Let's see what we have here. What message can the mystical shamans tell us this week? The rattle. The rattle. And I'm just going to take two cards. Ooh, we got the rattle and the arrow. That's interesting. I know I say that a lot again. Maybe I shouldn't be interested in things, but I am. Let's see what we've got for the rattle. It looks like an Indian rattle for sure. And I don't know if you guys have ever made one, but there's a place that you can make them. And there's either rice or some other hard bean or something like that inside of it, and that's what makes the noise. But the rattle is the spirit caller, carrying the shaman's prayer to the four directions. The body of the rattle is like the earth spinning on its axis. With the aid of the rattle, the medicine woman instills a desired destiny in her future. closing with the prayer, Great Spirit, may your will be done. The rattle guides us to pray for all the earth, not just for our personal needs. When we offer our prayers for the highest good of all, everything we need is provided for us. In other words, don't be selfish. But the rattle comes to invite you to work with the tools of spirit, but be careful. They are very sharp and can hurt you and others if they are not used mindfully. Set your old tools aside and take up the drawing instruments of spirit. You are consciously stepping into partnership with the divine. This is the time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. You want to catch God on the whisper, not on the shout. What you are trying to craft to your own desires and expectations is already there, standing before you. Do not spin the world to your own benefit. You are being offered the Creator's tools, which must be put to use to serve a divine purpose. Not your own purpose, but everybody's purpose. And if we all live thinking about others, the pain and the hurt that is out there would not be happening, because we couldn't hurt another. We couldn't tear down another. We couldn't make someone feel that they're not worthy. Because everybody's worthy. I mean, if you want to be worthy, you have to say that everybody's worthy. You can't pick and choose. And just like the arrow, piercing through the heart. But receiving this symbol reminds you that when you are in alignment with your heart and soul, you are on target and will soon be hitting your mark. Be true to your calling, release attachments, and free yourself from the bondage of unbridled ambition. Now is revealed to be a moment of contact in which your intention meets the material world. The arrow also symbolizes the need to set your creativity free. If you can see it, do it. When the arrow zings through the air, it is inviting you to pay attention and signifying that you are about to make your mark in some aspect of your life. It illuminates the moment of contact when you know that your desires and intentions have traveled on the wind and landed in the perfect place for your highest good. Trust that your job is to be relaxed, yet focused, keeping your eye on the prize, yet releasing your intention with full expectation that it will land as it was supposed to. Don't worry about the how or the exact form. This is not a time to interfere with the manner in which the arrow flies. It will make its mark and you will have cause to celebrate. This is a time to admit that by continuing on the path you are on, you might be shooting yourself in the foot. Could it be that you have become so attached to winning the game that you have missed the true mark? What if your arrow was never meant to land where you wanted it? Now is the time to regroup and ask yourself if what you desire is really worth your energy. This is a sign that something better is waiting. Consider the wisdom is not getting what you want. Suffering, in this case, is a pathway to heal the parts of you that felt unworthy. The parts that worry there isn't enough. Make peace with these voices. What is truly yours will be waiting for you. You know, there's a saying that what is yours will always be there for you. And if it's not, then it was never meant to be. And that's okay. I'm liking it. Hit me with your best shot. I don't know why, but Pat Benatar is coming. It's making me sing it. Powerful, powerful messages today. Let's move on to the tarot. But just remember, the mystical shaman is here to remind you that you're not broken. You are becoming. You're connected to a lineage of wisdom, both earthbound and starborn. Yes, even if your most recent spiritual act was yelling, "Why, universe?" into your morning coffee, that counts. Just be open to what the universe has to share with you. Okay, let's move on to the tarot deck. I'm going to move all of these out of the way. And if you've never been here before, we pull 5 different tarot cards. The first one is the theme of the week. The second is what to release. Third is what to embrace. 4 is our support available. And 5 is the outcome or our soul lesson. So let's see what we've got. I'm going to move these for a minute. Give us some space. Ooh, King of Pentacles reversed. The Justice reversed. The Seven of Swords. The King of Swords. And finally, the Page of Swords. Now you see, I don't cut all of that out. I want you guys to see my little mistakes because I'm okay with the mistakes. If I wasn't okay with the mistakes, then the universe would have a problem with me wanting to be perfect. When I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm perfectly okay with myself, the way I am. But King of Pentacles is our theme of the week. The Suit of Pentacles belongs to the Minor Arcana, and there are 14 different cards. They're related to the elements of the earth, body and property, or wealth related. So the King represents wisdom, wealth, success. It represents that under the King's rule, people live a prosperous life. Okay. I'm having a hard time with that one right now, I'll be honest with you. So does that mean that we have to do what they say? Because I'm not good at somebody telling me what I got to do. I don't think anybody else is either. If somebody shows you something and it's they see, okay, working out makes you healthy. Okay, I can see that. But somebody telling me what to do and to be like them, no. I think that's why it's upside down. Because we're not supposed to live like that at all. We are not supposed to be told what to do. We're supposed to find our own path. That's right, that's right. So this one is also reversed, and that's what we're supposed to release. The Justice card shows the protagonist holding a scale made of gold in the left hand, symbolizing a balanced decision, and holding a sword in the right hand to achieve justice. It reminds us to pay attention to our words and deeds and be responsible for our words and deeds. Justice also represents the truth and encourages us to explore the truth of things and pursue the truth. Maintain a friendly attitude, help the weak, and have a strong sense of justice. So I'm thinking that upside down, you're supposed to stand up for everybody else. If you don't think it's right, it's not right. It's not right for everybody. But we need to release thinking that we know what's best for other people. We definitely don't know what's best for our neighbor. We know only what's best for ourselves. And even like as a mom, you don't know. You think you know what's best for your kid. You try and, you raise them up so that they're good humans. And that's all you can do. You can't force them to be something that they're not meant to be. And that's what we have to release. The third card, the Seven of Swords, is what we need to embrace. So the 7 represents deception, betrayal, and tricks. If you want to succeed, you need to seek another new method. That's right. Do not be deceitful. Do not betray people. Find a different way. Be the best you want to see. If you want to see good in the world, you start with yourself. Look in the mirror. And that is what you want to put out in the world. The Suit of Swords it belongs again to the Minor Arcana, but it means it's related to man and wisdom. But it is also related to sadness and unfortune. The King of Swords represents a mature and self-disciplined man, symbolizing decisive and flexibility. That's the support available. So if you make a decision, stand by it. But also be flexible. You don't want to be so rigid that you break. And our outcome, our soul lesson, is the Page of Swords. We had a lot of swords. Things are cutting around. The Page represents positive ideas that are likely to bring positive changes and movement. So be positive and bring about a new chapter in your life. Bring about changes in your family's life, the world's life. Allow your light to shine. Don't force anybody to be like you. Be okay with people that are not like you. And you be unique. I mean, we're all here on planet. We can't all be exactly the same. We weren't meant to be all the same. All those stars in the sky are not the same. But tarot is throwing a spotlight on the soul's real work this week. It's letting go of outdated fears, you know, the ones with vintage labels like failure or not worthy. It's making space for new beliefs. Trusting that, yes, the path is winding, but it's yours and it's beautiful. So if you're feeling like you're an emotional scavenger hunt where every clue leads to another journal entry, congratulations, you're right on time. This week's soul lesson, evolving isn't always linear, but it is always holy, even when it's messy, especially when it's messy. Change can always happen. Our needs can be met as long as we reclaim our power. When we've given away our power because we change to be around other people, we lose a little piece of ourselves. We don't hit our mark. So when we find a new way of doing things that's better, that's for our best interest, for our heart, when you're happy and you're singing and you're going through life and living your best life and you're like, wow, I don't understand why people are miserable. I don't understand why they're upset. It's because you're living your truth. You're following your heart. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You're not hurting anybody in the process. You're loving the uniquely you child that didn't get loved, or maybe you had all the love in the world. Maybe you don't know anything about, distress or troubles, tribulations. Keep it in your heart that other people have. Other people haven't had a good life. They didn't have a family. They were in foster care. They were on the streets. They were homeless. And just because that happened to them doesn't make them less than. They're just like you, who has had every opportunity. They're a human here on earth, making it the best way they can. I'm not saying give people hands out. I'm saying give somebody a hand up. That's what humans want. They don't want to depend on other people for their food or their money or their livelihood. They don't want to do that. Nobody wants to do that. So just remember, live your life from your heart and allow others to do the same. And if they're not doing it your way, it's okay. They're not wrong, you're not wrong. We're all here doing the best that we can. I hope today's message has brought you insight, peace, or that gentle nudge your soul needed. If you felt connected to the messages today, please like, subscribe, and share with someone who might need a little spiritual love this week. Thank you for joining me for another Tarot Tuesday with Uncommon Methods. Keep listening to your soul. It always knows. And remember, the methods may be uncommon, but your magic is all your own. Stay open, stay grounded, and stay you. Comment down below if you found anything helpful, or even if it got on your nerves or it didn't make any sense. We take all criticism. Have a good day. Take care of yourself.